All right, I guess I am live and I'm using a camera that's a little bit higher up than I would love. Uh, and I thought I had my notifications. I do not disturb. My husband is able to message me, which could be problematic. I am actually going to switch cameras. I'm going to end this stream because, again, it's beginner's choice, right? Although, let me see. Does this look better? This might look better. And now maybe I'm talking to you more. There we go. This should work. We're going to just stick with it. Hi, my name is Melissa Peterson. I am a travel advisor. I spent a number of years, 5 of them, living nomadically, and now I have a home again. Yay! It's nice to have a home again. Uh, I mean, I always lived in places, but it was one after the other, including I lived in Ireland for 3 months, which is why I want to share with you a tour that I've put together of Ireland that is going to be happening this Halloween, 2025. And here's the cute flyer my husband helped me make up, and it looks like it's in the correct direction. Yesterday, I went live on Instagram and everything was flipped around. So hopefully, when I look at the playback, everything is going to be the right way. And if it is the right way, here is a QR code so that you can check everything out. All right. The Witches, Spirits, and Castles Halloween Tour of Ireland. Why am I doing this? Now, I do enjoy Halloween, but I don't love it as much as I love the storytelling that happens in Ireland. I also, more than Halloween itself, love to go to the places where things originated. There's something so cool about that. And I really enjoy the storytelling and conversations that happen in Ireland. Like getting to tune my ear to the order of the words that happen as far as I notice them when traveling around, I find inspiring. And I don't know of anybody who tells stories quite so well as the folks over in Ireland, especially when you go to one of their historical sites. So, while yes, this is a Halloween tour and it's going to be amazing on that front, this is also, I feel, what I've put together in partnership with CIE is this tour that is going to be great for people who love storytelling, people who love to write. I imagine myself on this tour in the mornings, having a cup of coffee, maybe a cup of tea, and doing a little bit of journaling before we get rolling each day because we are going to see so many inspiring, cool, fantastic things. Starting with a ghost tour in Dublin. Yeah, I'm going to just go over some of the highlights on this tour. So, we're all going to land in Dublin. We are going to be picked up and transferred to our hotel. And then, oh my golly, I need my glasses, but I think I can manage because I know this pretty well and I'm just kind of glancing to cheat a little bit. We are going to go to Nancy Hand's Pub, which has a fantastic story with it. And we're going to have this beautiful dinner. And then we are going to go on a private ghost tour of Dublin. Now, when I say private, there's going to be about 14 of us, maybe 16, capping it there, who will be hanging out together for the week. And it's going to be such a good time. And in that, as I talk about, oh, it's a group, we'll be all together. Yeah, we're going to go and we'll do a lot together, but there will also be ample private time, personal time to do what you want and to check some things off your list that you've always wanted to do while in Dublin or Derry or Belfast, the main three cities that we will be in during our time in Ireland. Okay, back to the cool ghost tour. Uh, let's see. We will go to haunted sites like Trinity College and St. Odian's Church. And while we're in Dublin, we're going to stay at Camden Court Hotel. Now, the next day, we're going to tour Kilmainham Jail. And that's something that my husband and I have already experienced, and it is profound on a lot of levels. Like, You get the history of the Easter Rising, you get the history of the Great Famine. The stories are shocking in a lot of ways. There's not really a better way to put it. You won't leave fully depressed. I promise you that. But it will open up this um, I don't know, this dialogue, this conversation about what it was like during that time period. And I'm noticing on my computer, gosh, I really hope the sound is coming through okay. But I was noticing that I couldn't see the chat. If you have questions, I forgot to mention this. Again, it's my first time doing this all by myself. If you have questions, please post them in the comments, and I will do my very best to get to them right away. I do think it'd be a lot of fun to be in conversation. As this is my first time going live, I don't expect anyone to be here because also I only gave 5 minutes notice before choosing to go live. So who knew that I was going live? Pretty much no one. I texted my husband so that he would know when he came home that I would be doing this and to not just barge in. Uh, so it's my first time doing this on my own. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching in the replay and you have a question, please go ahead and post that in the comments, and I will be monitoring it over the next few days, few weeks, in order to respond to questions. So a little bit more back to the tour itself. So we'll go to Kilmainham Jail. It will be profound. Then we're going to go to St. McCann's Church, which is a place I have never been to and might be mispronouncing. It's spelled Michan. And it's a Danish chapel site with mummies in it. And they're supposed to be like extremely well preserved. And the most famous one is a Norman man from the 13th century. So yeah, as I'm looking down here, let me hold this up like this, because then you can still see the QR code. Ooh, isn't that some smart marketing right there, eh? I'm just going to talk like this for the rest of my life. No. But that will be very cool. And then after Dublin, we're going to go up to Derry and we'll do sightseeing there. Now, I have never been to Derry before, but it is high on my list. And one of the reasons that it is so high on my list, and it might also be high on yours, is the Derry Girls. I watched that TV show back, well, it was like during the pandemic that I started watching it. And I've watched all 3 seasons a couple of times, and each time it's even better than I remember it, especially when I get to put it into context. Like there's this whole part about Grandpa having like a hurley stick. I think it happens in season 3. And like when I first watched it, I didn't get it. But now that I've spent time in Ireland and I know the sport of hurling, I've even gone to a hurling match, I get the hurley stick. And also, everybody showing up in a suit from Dunn's. Like, I get what that means. It's like showing up at an event, all of these people in a suit from Target. But until you've been to the places, like, you don't know. Dunn's, incidentally, is a great place to pick up an umbrella if you decided not to bring one or forgot to bring one. Umbrellas in Ireland, it's such a challenge. It is. I'm telling you, it's windy, the roads are kind of small, or the sidewalks are kind of small, and to have an umbrella, to not have an umbrella, it's a whole thing. Just ask my mother-in-law. Uh, okay, so we'll go to Derry, which I think will be fantastic. And we're going to go on a spooky walking tour. And you'll see Guildhall, St. Columba's Cathedral, the Diamond, and the 17th century walls, as well as other ghostly sites. And what Derry does is it's this huge whole thing along the walls where they have kind of some spooky storytelling going on. And then Derry is the home of the biggest Halloween festival in Europe and possibly the world. They go all out for about 4 days, and we will be there for it, starting on day 2. And the reason that day 2 is, one, we're limited on time, but also I find that events really get going well on day 2, so that's like the time to get there. And we're also going to be in a fabulous hotel. because we've already got the reservations. We'll be at Dairy Everglades, I think is what it's called. I've looked at their site and it does look fantastic. Yeah, there we go. Everglades Hotel in Derry for 2 nights. And, it's going to be hard to secure hotel rooms, as we get closer to Halloween, but we already have them. So we're grand. We're golden. All right. So we will do that. And then, at night, it all comes to life. And there will be music, performances. It's fantastic. Look up Darien Halloween and you will see just how crazy it is. And better yet, go to my website, travellikeyoudreamit.com, and look at my tours page and the Halloween tour. And there's an excellent video there showing exactly what it's all about. When you know what I did? I made tea because I feel like I'm in Ireland and it's afternoon and my throat's like, how can I talk? Okay, so I hope some of you get to watch this in replay because nobody's here right now, which is grand. Again, I didn't let anybody know in advance, so but also I thought we get to practice without too many folks chiming in. After Halloween happens, we will go and see Giant's Causeway while we are en route to Belfast. Also, while we're en route to Belfast, we will stop at the Bushmills Distillery, which is supposed to be a bit haunted. And in Belfast, we will also go to Crumlin Road Jail, which is haunted. Also, Kilmainham Jail is supposed to be haunted as well. There are a lot of haunted spaces in Ireland. There are a lot of ghosts in Ireland. There are a lot of great ghost stories and similar in Ireland, period. I can't imagine a better place to be for Halloween than Ireland. So in addition to those haunted sites, we are going to go on a special tour of Belfast. Again, it's like our private guided tour. So it's just going to be like 14, 16 of us walking around, checking out all of these things, and we are going to have a grand time. So I'm going to just read what this flyer with the QR code says. If I can get to it, after breakfast in Belfast, we will embark on a guided tour to see the Albert Memorial, the Opera House, and the Crown Liquor Saloon, all haunted. Then we are going to stop to visit the Titanic Belfast, which is an extraordinary museum. I have had when I lived in Ireland, I had several Irish folks tell me, oh my gosh, you have to go to Belfast. You've got to go see that museum. But sadly, we never made it to Northern Ireland. So I'm so excited to get to go there. And I hope that you join me and my husband in going there. And let's see. And then we'll go to Crumlin Road Jail to explore over 150 years of Northern Ireland's dark history, from political prisoners to everyday citizens locked up during the Troubles. It's supposed to be quite eerie. Then we're going to head back to our hotel and freshen up. And this sounds so terrible. We're going to be in this really devastating place. And then we're going to go to our hotel, freshen up for the evening's festivities. But hey, you got to celebrate, right? And where we're going to celebrate is this place called Grace Neal's. It was built in 1611 and is named after Neil, who was given. So Neil was given the bar much later than 1611. So it changed names and is named after Neil, who was given the bar by her father as a wedding present. And we will have a traditional Irish dinner, and it's supposed to be one of the most haunted pubs in all of Ireland. So that'll be pretty cool. Then when we're on our way back to the general Dublin area, we will check out the Loughcrew. It's Loughcrew, cairns. And there are these megalithic, here's what that is, just so you all know. And I am going to read it because it's like, oh, and you're going to see that, oh, Melissa needs glasses. So it's the megalithic burial grounds at Loughcrew Cairns, which also consist of intricate passages and chambers constructed roughly 5,000 years ago. If you are lucky, or not, One of the ancient ghosts may linger at their final resting place. Then we'll continue on from there to Malahide Castle, also haunted, and by like this whole host of like fun sounding ghosts. I do hope to see a ghost at Malahide Castle because there's like a jester, there's um, uh, a romantic couple that things didn't work out for. There's just all kinds of okay. So here, it's actually listed here. The resident ghosts include a court jester named Puck, Miles Corbett, the White Lady, Lord Geltram, or Geltram's bride-to-be, Maud Plunkett. And wouldn't that be great to get to like experience that and write about it? I mean, I know, and probably we won't encounter the ghosts, but we will be where they have been. Then we're going to stay at the Johnstone Estate Hotel and Spa. And I love the idea of staying at a hotel and spa for the last night of the trip because then we get to relax and decompress and enjoy dinner together, break bread, talk about the amazing time that we all just had, and maybe get a massage or whatever. But it's just a nice decompression before flying back home or journeying onto your next adventure in Ireland or Europe, Scotland. Maybe you add this to something else that you've already had planned. Now, some of the details. Everything is going to be booked by June. There are only 14 spaces. And as you can see, I'm here live on YouTube talking about it. And I'm going to be talking about it in a lot of spaces a lot of the time over the next month. I expect this to book out by May 10th. That's what I'm thinking. There will definitely not be any more spaces, although it could be wrong. It could book way faster than that, which I would, of course, love. Now, we will be staying at 4 hotels. 2 nights at the Camden. Start that again. 2 nights at the Camden Court Hotel in Dublin. And we'll have 2 nights at the Everglades Hotel, and that's in Derry. And then we'll have 2 nights at the Grand Central Hotel in Belfast, and 1 night at the Johnstone Estate. 1 night at the Johnstown Estate Hotel and Spa, and that is near Dublin. Because I don't think it's in Dublin proper. I remember looking and it looked like it was a little bit outside of, which again is very nice. It's going to be a short drive to the airport. It'll be nice, chill, a good way to end things. And the cost of the trip, which is $3,535, the cost of the trip includes all of those tours that I mentioned, and then exclusive transport by luxury motor coach. I don't know if you've ever driven in Ireland, but it can be a bit of a challenge because you're on the other side of the road. The roads are smaller. And I'm fortunate in that my husband really enjoys driving in Ireland. I would never because I'm very uncomfortable with driving in Europe myself. I don't know what it is or why. Like, some of it's the symbols and not knowing, but it's just nice for someone else to drive. And the benefit of doing a group tour like this and getting to be on a nice luxury coach for my husband is while he does enjoy the challenge of driving in new places, he is often missing out on the scenery. So he's going to get to enjoy the scenery. So if you have somebody who loves to drive and take on those challenges, fantastic for you. But also nice for them to get to relax and enjoy the scenery if you go ahead and join a tour like this. The hotel accommodation is based on twin-bedded rooms with private baths listed. And again, of course, the hotels are all included. A hotel porter rate, so the service charges and government taxes, that's all included. The flight bags, you get these cool like flight bags from CIE. Ticket wallets, baggage tags, and an identifying strap for your luggage, all provided. 7 full breakfasts, 1 lunch, and 3 dinners, all provided and included in that price. So yeah, that is all of the super pertinent details, except that you can go to travellikeyouDreamIt.com in order to view more of the details on the tour and take a look at this. Also, if you click on the QR code, there we go. I'm going to hold it as still as I can. If you click on the QR code, you can also get, all of the details on there. And then there's also going to be a event that I'll be having along with my husband and a representative from CIE, Roger. And it is going to be May 8th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we will be going over all of the details again and answering any questions that you might have. So it can be a really good way to get a little bit more of the insider information. Roger is certainly going to have his perspective. He's been working with CIE for a very long time. CIE is a fantastic tour company. And they do also provide a lot of other tours that I am able to book for you as well. However, I, of course, think that this one is going to be extra amazing. And a lot of it is, as I was saying before, as somebody who loves to write and read and is a little obsessed with story, I think this is going to be such a great opportunity to have such an enriching experience that I know I'm going to want to write about. I know I'm going to be taking tons of photos. If you're into photography at all, the sites that you are going to be seeing are going to be so cool, especially if you're good at nighttime photography, which I am not. Oh my gosh, it's going to be amazing. Now, I'm really curious as to how my audio is going to turn out and how everything else is going to turn out with this, because I, of course, can't hear it right now. So I'm hoping my audio has been fine. I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It's only been a little over 20 minutes, but as a first time on here, I think this is a good spot to say farewell. And thank you for watching in the replay. If you managed to catch live and I didn't see that you were catching it live, thank you for being here. I do plan to do these often, often about Ireland, often about books, travel books, that sort of thing. Travel Like You Dream It is like, the way I think of it is, okay, so I say travel like you dream it. And then there's travel like you read it and travel like you see it. I really am inspired by books, by authors, by history, by movies. And when we're in Derry, I am going to be, because we'll have quite a bit of private time in Derry or personal time. I'm going to be seeking out Derry girl spots. I am so excited about going there. All right. I said I was stopping, and I'm Minnesotan, so this is me Minnesota goodbying. I'm going to check my audio and video and make sure it's all good, and hopefully I will be sharing it so that you can make your comments, ask your questions, and let me know what you'd like to know about Ireland. I did, like I said, I lived there for 3 months. I also lived in Portugal for almost 2 years and Canada for almost 2 years, over in like British Columbia for part of it. Well, no, that one was about 1.5 years, but it doesn't matter. But if you have travel questions, if you have questions on Ireland, and if you have questions on this tour, be sure to let me know in the comments, and the video quality is only going to get better. Happy Monday, everyone.